This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, hi team, this is Vivek. Yeah, just give it 2 minutes of time. We are going to start. Yeah, hi all, good morning. Yes, this is Vivek. I have more than 7 years of experience in automation. Like I started my career as a Java developer initially, then I moved to automation. Yes. So today we are going to be discuss like what is the things we are going to be discussed in this course. So what are the things we have to get the knowledge? So as an automation engineer, what are the prerequisites? So what are the things is going to be helpful in your career? So what are the mandatory things we have to learn? So basically, what is meant by automation testing? Why it's need Java? How much Java it needs? How much Java? What are the concepts of Java? Yes, first of all, why we need to learn it. So we are into the testing domain. Then why we have to go for the programming language? So these are the very common questions for the people who are looking into the automation very first time. Yes. So just we are going to be discuss all these scenarios. Then we can write a simple automation code. Then we can discuss what are the contents, what are the things we are going to be discussed as part of this course. Yeah. Like what is an automation? Yes, what is meant by automation? Automation is simple, very simple here. In software scenario, in software industry, right? While we are calling it as an automation is nothing but when you are trying to when you are trying to test a software by another software. Yes, we are using one software to test another software. That is called automation. So in this scenario, like the initial, the application on a test is your project, is your application. To validate the test cases, to perform the testing on application, yes, we are using the Selenium. Even though Selenium is a software, Selenium is a collection of different softwares. So to test one basic application, to test one primary application, we are using another software. That's why we are calling it as an automation. That is called automation. Yes. So here, why we are using the automation tools here? Why not? Can we automate without automation tools? Yes, that's also possible. Then why we have? Yes, why we have to go for the automation tools? Yes, automation tools itself is going to be have their own methods, their own inbuilt methods. So by calling those inbuilt methods, we can able to perform the actions. What actions? What kind of actions? Exactly how human being able to perform the action on the software. Like just like a human being, we can able to click on the button. We can able to type on the text box. We can able to drag and drop. We can able to select the drop down. We can able to select radio buttons. Yes, these are all the things we can able to do. Here, that automation tools are capable of mimic the human behavior. So they are capable of doing it. That's why we are using it. So already Selenium itself, Selenium WebDriver itself, having some methods to mimic the human behavior. That's why we are going for the Selenium. Then we are using the methods which is already there in Selenium software. Yes, Selenium itself is having a method to click on element or read the text from the element or enter the text into the element. Yes, these kind of all the methods are already defined in Selenium. Yes, that's why we are going to be using it. Yes, then Selenium is capable of doing all these actions. Then why we have to use the Java? That is another question. Yes, we can discuss about that after some time. Like after 2-3 slides, yes, we are going to be discussing it. So this is called basically automation. Again, if you look into this one, different types of automation is there in the market. nowadays. Yes, obviously you may observe different kinds of automation. The popular words what we are facing in market here nowadays is traditional or functional automation. Generally, functional automation, then process automation. Yes, what is meant by functional automation? So functional automation is nothing but this kind of validation of a functionality of an application. So here, just we are taking on application. In that application, just we are going to be validate some functionality of that application itself. That is called functional validation. The main motto of this functional automation is to automate the testing. Automate the testing. So like all the softwares, what we are going to be discussing, Selenium or some other softwares, latest Cypress, Playwright, Protractor, is already deprecated. It's these all of the tools we are using it for the functional automation. Then what is meant process automation? So here, while we are doing the process automation, our motto is not a testing. Just we are going to be automate the process from end to end. So it's kind of robotic process automation. Yes, obviously you may people are aware about it, like just heard about it. Robotic process automation. These are the tools developed on top of AI, artificial intelligence. So that's why obviously those tools are very costly. They are licensing tools. This is a different scenario. So in this course, we are going to be discussing about test automation with Selenium. Yes, what is it? What is test automation and why we need it? Yes, basically, already we discussed test automation is nothing but whenever you're trying to test a software with another software which is capable of mimicking the human behavior, that is called test automation. Then why we need it? So that even though the software is just capable of mimic the human behavior, obviously we are having a lot of human resources, then why we have to use that? Then why we have to use that automation tools? Yes. Why? Because it saves the time and cost. That is the one thing. Obviously, tools are very faster than human beings. Yes, save time and cost. So those automation tools are execute the test cases 70 to 75% faster than the human beings. Yes, we can able to. Is my voice audible? Yes, can anyone?
Yes, audible. Yes, audible.
Yes, it's audible.
Okay, thank you. Thanks so much. I think for some of them it's not audible. Okay. So obviously we can able to cover wide areas. So like what is meant by wide area coverage? Like at the time of regression. So at the time of release, yes, we are supposed to be validate all the regression test cases. If you're executing your regression suite manually, then obviously the regression test cases are going to be increased day by day whenever the new features are going to be added to your product. So after some time, like executing all of the test cases manually is bit difficult. So obviously we're looking for some kind of exception, like exemption, like we're trying to avoid some of the test cases what we feel not important. Obviously that area of test coverage is going to be reduced. Yes, but if you automate those test cases, no need to avoid it for the regression. Even though if it is having very less impact with the new features, then also we can able to run it. Why? Because already those are scripted, then you can run any number of times. At the same time, the results what we are going to be get from the automation is most reliable. There is no chance of doing any mistake. There is no chance of using some unnecessary data or something else. Yes, these all things we are going to be using automation here. So obviously it's increased efficiency is the tests what we automated, those are reusable also. These all are the things, advantages what we're having. Then what is meant by Selenium now? So as of now we discussed about what is the test automation, then what are all the things. Now we are going to be discussed why we have to choose, like what is Selenium, then we can talk about why we have to choose the Selenium. Obviously, what I told earlier, Selenium is a suite of softwares. Yes, it's a suite of softwares. It's designed to automate web application. Yes, you can remember one thing here, which is designed to automate web application. Why we mention here web application? Yes, Selenium is only capable of doing web application automation only. It's not able to do the automation on the desktop based applications. Then what is meant by web application and what is meant by desktop based applications, window based applications? Yes, then again, the application what you can able to open in a browser, like the application which is having server in some other place, just you are trying to communicate with that server by using the browser, those all are called web based applications. Like if you are using the Chrome, sorry, if you are using the Gmail, or if you are using some IRCT's website, if you are using some kind of booking websites, so those servers is somewhere else. Just you are communicating with those server by sending the request to your browser from the browser. So those all are the web-based applications. Like if you look, like if you take MS Office, like Excel sheet. So here, like are some other kind of applications where which application servers are installed into your local machine, and you're trying to communicate with them by using some different GUI. So these all are window-based applications. Those kind of applications we can't able to automate by using Java, sorry, just using Selenium. Yes, Selenium is only for the web-based applications. Yes, we are having different types of versions in Selenium. First one is Selenium IDE. So Selenium IDE is nothing but Selenium integrated development environment. So it's kind of just a add-on to your browser. There's no process of installation. It's just kind of an add-on that's supposed to be added to your browser as an extension. Then, as per your request, it will capable of doing all the actions what you're doing in your browser. If you open Selenium IDE, if you start recording, then if you do any action on your browser, the actions what you did, where you clicked, what you entered, so what are the action you did, is click action or a type action or drag and drop action, is everything will be recorded by Selenium IDE. So once it's recorded, yes, we can able to play back it whenever we require. At the time we can able to change the values, we can able to change the actions, yes, everything is Selenium IDE. So Selenium IDE itself is basically deprecated in 2016 itself. Then later now it's available again. Earlier Selenium IDE is add-on for Mozilla only. Now it's available in different browsers. Then Selenium RC. Selenium RC is nothing but remote control. It's no more in market. It was deprecated. Then Selenium WebDriver. Selenium WebDriver. So Selenium WebDriver is the latest one. Now Selenium 4.5 version is out. The Selenium 4 is recently released. The most of the companies are using Selenium 3.3 versions. So in Selenium 4, we got some extra features, some kind of extra locates and everything, but still there is no official, there is no much companies using Selenium 4, but it's having very good new features. Even though we are going to be discuss Selenium 4 features also as part of our course. So by using the Selenium WebDriver, we can able to communicate with the browser. We can able to launch the application what we want by giving the URL. Then we are going to be interact with them. We are going to be do the actions on that by using the Selenium. So Selenium Grid, that is a separate one, separate scenario. So as part of this course, just we are going to be discuss about Selenium WebDriver. So in which case Selenium Grid was required, yes, we can discuss that after some classes. Yes, why we have to. So look, it's very is my screen visible?
No, your screen got struck.
Yeah, just give me a minute, I'll reshare it. Yes. So why we are going to use Selenium? Why we have to learn Selenium? The one thing, the only reason, something else is good or it's very powerful. These all are not a reasons. So most of the companies is using the Selenium. Most of the openings is about Selenium. That's why we are learning it. That is the one kind of open security. Open. So why most of the companies are using it? So why? Because this is an open source. This is an open source thing. There is no paid version in Selenium. So if you look into some of the tools, they are going to have some freeware and paidware from open source version and licensing version. So licensing versions are going to have some kind of extra features when compared with the open source one. But here, Selenium is everything is open source. There is no paid versions here. So any of the customer can able to use all the versions, all the features of the Selenium. It's an open source one. So just you are supposed to be download some jar file from the internet, then you can start your using. Then it supports multiple browsers. Still, if you look into the some of the automation tools which are competitors for the Selenium, yes, most of them are stuck at multi-browser support. They are not able to give multi-browser support very accurately still. So this is one of the main feature for the Selenium. The test script, what you've written, the same script, by changing a single line, you can able to run into the Selenium, run into the Chrome, you can able to run into the Edge, you can able to run into the Firefox, Opera, Safari. Yes, it's going to support multiple browsers. So that is one of the main feature. Then it supports multiple programming languages. Yes, if you look into some of the latest automation tools like Cypress, Playwright, some other tools, those are not able to support multiple programming languages. So, but while you are working with the Selenium, you can able to use Java or Python or C# or C or Perl. Yes, these all the languages as binding language. But if you are working with Cypress, yes, either you're supposed to be use JavaScript or TypeScript. That's it. If you are working with the Playwright, yes, you're supposed to be use JavaScript or TypeScript. These kind of limitations is there. So here there is no limitation. So it's supporting the multiple languages. So for people with different kind of background, different kind of programming background, also they can able to adapt it very easily. Yes, obviously supports multiple operating systems. Yes, some of the tools are not supporting on multiple operating systems, but the same code you can able to run in Windows or Linux or Mac anywhere. It supports multiple frameworks. So what is meant by framework? What are the different kind of frameworks? Yes, we are going to be going forward. Obviously, it's a freeware. Obviously, it's going to be have large user base so that you can able to get a lot of communities in internet. So you can get things very easily. So most of the applications are built up and most of the on Java. Most of the applications are built up on Java still. So that's why Selenium is one of the best compatible tool to test them. Obviously, still most of the top-notch companies in market are using the Selenium. So that's why Selenium is in a top. So now we can discuss just how we can able to automate a simple website. Yeah, going to the next stage. So any questions from anyone before going to practice?
No.
Just give a minute. I'm stopping my screen. Just give a minute. I'll share it again. Yes. So this is Selenium IDE. Yeah. So yes. So here the screen, what you are able to see, this is an Eclipse. So this is kind of IDE, integrated development environment. This kind of editor we are using it for this Java, writing the Java code. So here Selenium is nothing but we are not having any special UI for that one. It's a tool, but we are not having any specific UI for that one. Just we are supposed to be write the code and we have to run it as a Java program. So what is Selenium IDE? What is Java program? So how to install it? How to install a Selenium, or how to install this Eclipse? What we are looking, or how to install Java? So these are all the things we are going to be cover as part of our course. So no need to worry about that one. Just I'm trying to show you one basic thing. So actually I'm facing some issue with my browser update. That's why it takes much time here. So I'm not going to be discussing about anything about these 4 lines. Why? Because discussing right now will not make any sense. So I'm not going to be discussing about anything right now. So yes, we can take any kind of website. Yes, I'm taking one demo website, Orange HRM. Yes, you can see here. So this is a website we are having. This is a basic website we are having. So this is one kind of demo website. Yes, anyone can able to access it. Anyone can able to do the practice on it. So the username and password is already pre-populated here. Yes, you can use it. So now,
Can you repeat again? It's not audible.
yes. So is it clear now?
Or now is clear.
Yes, yes. So this is one kind of demo website we are having. So anyone can able to access it, and anyone can able to practice on it. Just we are going to use this website for practice purpose right now. So here, this is a website I want to launch with automation. Then I want to enter the username and password here. Then I want to enter the username and password here. Then how I can able to do it by using the automation? That is the question now. So whenever you're trying to do an action with the Selenium, yes, Selenium is a software, just it can able to do the action what we ask. Just we are supposed to be, yes, whenever you're trying to do an action with the Selenium, yes, we are supposed to be give two inputs to the Selenium. We are supposed to give two inputs. The first input where it's supposed to be work. So on entire space, on which element Selenium need to do the work. That is the first input we are supposed to be give. Where that address. Then second, what action is supposed to be do. What kind of action you want to do on that particular element. That is the second thing you need to pass. So whenever you're working with the Selenium, yes, Selenium is capable of doing the actions, but you're supposed to be pass these two inputs very properly. First thing, where it's supposed to be work. On enter this space, as per our requirement, we are supposed to be enter the username here. Yes, if you ask Selenium to enter the username, obviously Selenium will be blank. Like Selenium is not having any information about the username button. He's not that much of intelligent. That's why you're supposed to be give it. That's why it's supposed to be passed. So where exactly Selenium is need to work? Yes. So as per my requirement, Selenium are supposed to be work on this particular element. Then how I can ask Selenium to work on this element? How I can tell to Selenium, yes, you are supposed to be go to the username field. Then you need to do this action. How I can pass the address of the element to the Selenium? That is the question now. Yes. So this is called locator. In Selenium, we are having the locators: ID, class, name, link text, partial link text, XPath, CSS. Yes, these are the different kinds of locators we are having in Selenium. So by using those locators, Selenium can able to identify the web element. That means address of that particular field. Yes, how we can able to identify that locator? That is the question. We are supposed to be identify the locator, then we need to pass it to the Selenium as an input. That is the first thing we have to do here. So this is common thing we need to do on each and every element. Then how we can able to do? So what are the locators? How it's working? These all the things we are going to be have separate classes. So how I can able to identify the locator for this particular field? Yes, just you can mouse over on that particular field where you want to work, then right click, just click on inspect. Yes, whenever I click on the inspect, you can see one separate tab was opened at the bottom. We used to call it as a developer mode. So here we are having all HTML tags. So when you compare with some other tags, one tag was highlighted by default. So this is a tag which is representing this particular username field. That's why you can see here, whenever I mouse over on this particular tag, our username field was highlighting. Just you can observe here. So whenever I mouse out from that particular input tag, from this tag, that username box was not highlighted. Whenever I mouse over on it, it's highlighting. Yes, you can observe that. So this is a tag which is representing that username field. So that we have to pass the attributes of this tag. So normally we used to call it as a tag. The first name, the first thing, the first word which is there in a pink color, we used to call it as tag name. So for this tag, tag name is input. For this tag, tag name is div. Yes, like that. So this is the input, tag name is input. Then here you can observe class, name, placeholder, autofocus, something else. So these all the things we used to call it as attributes. We used to call it as attributes. So Selenium can able to identify the element by using these attributes, but not all the attributes. Just Selenium can able to identify the element by using class attribute, name attribute, ID attribute, link test attribute, and partial link test. So out of these three, placeholder, name, and class, we can able to identify it. Yes, sorry. So we can able to use any one of the tag here, but here the tag, the class tag value we need to use either class tag value or name tag value. Yes, I'm go with name tag. I'm go with name attribute. This attribute value is username. Yes, we can able to use it. First, before going to that, just I'm copying this URL. Why? Because we have to launch it, right? Yes. So first we have to launch. How I can able to launch it? Just we can call driver dot. So if you want to launch an URL, either we are supposed to use driver.get or driver.navigate to. Yes. Both the methods we are using to launch a browser. Why we are having two different methods? What is the difference between them? So that is a separate thing. So while we are working with driver.get, yes, it's going to be launch the URL and it will wait for some time to enter page to be load. But if you are using driver.navigate to, simply it will launch the URL and it will start doing actions what we listed in next. Okay. Driver dot, just I'm using get. So here we are supposed to pass a URL in a string format. So in Java, while if you are passing anything in a string format, you're supposed to be bounded by the double quote. So what is meant by string? Yes, even though we are going to be discuss that also as part of Java. So this is going to be launch your URL. Just let me execute till now. So what is going to happen? That today my network is unstable. That's why this much of delay. It's going to be launch the browser, empty browser. Now it's going to be maximize it. Yes. Now it's going to be launch the URL. That's it. Yes, you can see now. It's launched the URL. Yes, the content is supposed to be up. Yeah. So we can able to launch the URL. Yes, we can able to do that. Yes, you can see this is a website. This is a window what we launched by using the Selenium. This is a website. This is a window which is opened by the Selenium. Yes, you can see. That's what you can see here. Chrome is being controlled by the automated test software. Yes. Then now my requirement, I need to enter the username and password. Then how I can able to? Yes. See. First, we are supposed to be tell to the Selenium where it's supposed to be working. Yes. Hi Selenium. Just I'm calling the driver Selenium. Just think like that. Driver. Hi Selenium. Please find an element. Find an element by using which attribute. But I want to use the name attribute. By using name attribute. Yes, we are supposed to be tell that here. By using name attribute. So what is the value of that attribute? Yes, we are supposed to pass it. What is the value of that attribute? Yes, this is value. Username. Yes, you can copy it. You can paste here. Yes. Now Selenium is going to be identify that element. So after identifying that element, what it's supposed to be do? Yes, after identifying that element, what is supposed to be do? It's supposed to be enter the text into that one. It's supposed to be enter the username. So generally, if you are entering the username manually, what is the action you're normally used to? So if you are doing it manually, so what are the action required to enter the username? Yes, anyone please?
You have to give a email ID.
Yes. So how you are going to be enter the email ID?
Clicking there by using a mouse, we have to click there and give a.
Yes, using a mouse, you have to click there and you just start typing, right?
Yeah,
So,
right.
but yes. So using the mouse, we are going to be highlight that one. We are going to click there. Why? Because we have to make sure where we are supposed to be enter. So for that action, you just imagine like that action is one. This is a thing where we are supposed to be enter, then where we are supposed to be work and what kind of work. So if you are entering the text manually, the action required is type. You need to type it. So for in automation, the replacement of type is send keys here. We have a method that is called send keys. Send keys is nothing but is typing. Then what you want to type? Yes, you are supposed to pass in a string format in double quote here. So what is username admin? That's it. Then I want to enter the password also. Then driver dot find element by dot yes. What attribute we can just go there, highlight it, I didn't inspect it. Yes, you can see it's a name attribute, type attribute. Yes, I can use it name. By using name attribute, the value is password. Then after that, what I need to do? Yes, I had to enter the password for that one. For entering, the action is send keys. For typing, we need to use send keys. What is the username and password here? Admin123. Then after that, what I have to do? Yes, you can see. As per our requirement, if you want to log in after entering the username and password, we need to click on the login button. Just go there, inspect. Yes, it's having submit button, letter V. Yes. So what I have to use here? It's having class. It's going forward. Just companies are trying to avoid the automation on their websites to reduce the load. Okay, just I want to click on this particular login button. Then how I can able to? How I can able to? We can use this type submit, but we can't able to use this directly. We need to use in a export format. Why? Because type is directly not supported by the Selenium. So if you want to write an export / tag name @attribute value, that's it. Single quote we have. So what is the next part? Please don't hesitate. Yes, we are going to be discussing all the scenarios. So still we are using the name attribute to identify. Now I'm going to be use find by XPath. Then I want to click on it. Yes, in Selenium we have that function dot click. That's it. So let me execute it right now. So see what is going to be happening. It's failed. I think it's due to some kind of my network issue. Just let me re-execute it one more time. Yeah, I think due to my network issue, I'm not able to execute it. So we can, I show you these scenarios by the immediate next class. So this is very basic scenarios like this. We are going to be interact with Selenium Like this, we are going to be identify the locators of the elements in a web page, and we are going to be ask Selenium to do these actions. So, but if you see here, in this entire scenario, so where we use this Java, that is common question most of the times. So where we use the Java here. So why we need to use the Java? So something like, so this is a scenario. So I have a test case. Please validate user credentials. So as per my test case, I need to validate is that user credentials are working fine or not. I have a set of credentials. Yeah, please.
Your screen is blocked.
Okay, just here. Yes, I appreciate this. Due to heavy rains, we are facing huge network disturbance here. It's not yet populated still.
Now it is okay.
No, it's not okay.
Okay. Yeah. So like if you see, so in this website, like generally you can think where we are using Java. So why I have to learn Java logics like a conditional statement, like a looping statement, sorry, like a loops or some kind of
Screen
string
is
action.
stuck.
Sorry, no, I'm sharing this. No, I'm sharing the same screen.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. So in this scenario, like if you see, I have a test case. So as per my test case, I have to validate one set of credentials. Is it fine, working fine or not? Then if it is not able to log in, like if I'm not able to log in with that credential, then I have to try with another credential. If I can able to log in, then the test case was completed. I need to make it as a pass. That is my requirement. So if it's work, then test case successful. Else, I have to go back. I have to try with another set of credentials. So in this scenario, just I need to use if else conditional statements. Conditional statements. So in that scenario, yes, there we are going to be use all these Java concepts, what we are going to be learn. So that's why very basic things, very basic scenarios, yes, we require here. So like generally for one question, how much Java we have to learn? One kind of very basic question. How much Java we are going to be learn? Yes, this is why with Selenium. Why Selenium with Java? Yes, this is very common. Why? Because of single question. Why? Because still 90% of websites are running on top of Java. Obviously, Selenium with Java is going to be have good compatibility with those applications. Obviously, that's what we are going to be using. So yes, this is the main thing. How much we require? Yes. So yes, we are supposed to be know what is the basic things in Java. What is meant by object? Is what is meant by class? How we can able to create? So what is encapsulation? What is polymorphism? What is inheritance? So how we can able to achieve in real time? What are the basic control system statements like if else, if else, if nested if else? Yes, these are the things. So what how we can able to iterate or looping statements like for each, while, do while, these all the things. So what are the arrays? So before going to arrays, yes, we are going to be learn the strings. What are the different types of variables we are having? What is local variable? What is instance variable? What is static variable? What are the different kinds of methods we are having? What is the parameterized method? What is a non-parameterized method? What is a constructor? what are the parameterized constructor, then what are the different types of variables, different actions on that, then what are the array, what are the different types of threads, sorry, what are the different types of data structures, data collections, then threads and multi-threading, exception handling, collections framework is nothing but list, set, map, how to handle the files, how to read the file, how to write the file. Yes, these all the things, how to connect with the database. Yes, these all the things we are going to be discussed. Yes, so we are going to be start this course with very basic thing like how to install Java. We are going to be start from Java installation. So no need of worry about anything. Yes, if you are very new for Java, if you are not having any coding background, even that also very fine. We are not going to be start with coding directly. We are going to be start with installation. From that point onwards, we are going to be start. So installation, how we can able to create a project, how we need to create a package, then how to create a class, then how to write a basic program. So what is a variable? Why we are calling it as a variable? What is a string? Why we are calling it as a string? These all things we are going to be discussed in our course. So as part of our course, once Java, first we are going to be starts with the Java. The first day I'm going to be give some kind of hands on Java Selenium IDE. It's a kind of very basic thing. Then some kind of locators. Then later we move to Java. So continuously 20 to 25 days, sorry, 15 to 20 days, we are having classes on Java only. So once we completed the Java with the practice, then we are moving to start Selenium. After the Selenium, we are going to be discuss about TestNG. After TestNG, we are going to be build a framework. Yes. So this is the structure how our course was designed. So any questions regarding this one? Yes, any questions from anyone? Any questions from anyone?
No.
Okay, then fine. Yeah. Thank you all then. Bye.
Hi Vivek, I'm Karthik.
Yeah, hi Karthik.
Vivek, basically I'm from non-IT background. So do I need to take any course regarding Java basic, or can I go ahead with Selenium testing directly?
Sorry. Can you repeat your question?
Basically, I'm from a non-IT background.
Okay, that's fine.
So
Okay.
I'm
Okay, you're from non-IT background. Then later, I,
so do I need to take any coaching for Java
no, we are going to be covering
basic?
this course itself. We are going to be covering this course itself. There is
Because
no separate.
basic I am not up to testing.
Yeah. No. Karthik, the Selenium and Java, both we are going to be covered as part of this course. So no need to go for a separate Java course again.
Okay.
First we have started with Java.
Okay.
Then once we completed Java, then only we are moving to the Selenium. So once you started with Selenium, obviously we'll get a good idea in Selenium, in Java. Obviously, you should have that one. It's not an issue.
I think there is a network issue from your side, Vivek.
Just give a minute. I'll switch my network. Just give a minute.
Vivek, am I audible to you?
Yes.
Yes, yes. Okay,
కిషోర్
thank you, Vivek.
ఓకే కోర్టులో వేరే వాళ్ళు ఉన్నారంట. అదేంటి ఇది లేదండి, కోర్టు ఖాళీ లేదు.